Let's face it, getting into the creative market field in the UK can be no walk in the park. Hi guys, welcome back to Review Network. It's me, Tiff, and today Review Network is going to be helping those who are trying to get into the creative field and the creative market. So we're going to talk about how we're going to overcome certain struggles that we have as an emerging, aspiring creative here in the UK. I would like to help you guys out with certain tips and insights to see what we can do, especially if you are an international student or you're an emerging, aspiring creative and that you're not local to the country. For example, I am from Malaysia, and not having that support system such as your friends and your family that you grew up with, having that connection and networking like back at home, is not going to be easy for you to replicate and have that same support system here in the UK. If you're struggling, for example, you're new to the country, or if you are freshly graduated from your studies, especially being in a creative field, you may have the similar struggles, or this could be something very familiar to you. For example, the lack of local references and having a network barriers, a lot of red tapes here and there. Obviously, being a foreigner in the country, in the UK itself, you may be pressured by visa applications and extortionate amount of cost to deal with as well. Cultural differences, different work ethics, that could also be a struggle for you as you try to get your foot into the door in the creative field. So let's get into certain tips and insights on how you could get into the creative field. Number one tip: bridge yourself with the locals here. Network, network, network. Don't be afraid to get out of that comfort zone of a bubble where you're only sticking to your own people. For example, if you're from Malaysia, you're only sticking to your own kind, or you're from Singapore, you're sticking to your own kind, etc. It is so important that you bridge yourself with the other locals or other foreigners who are here in the UK, because who they know, you might never know, could be useful for you, or the people that you would meet could be having similar interests or aspirations as you, or have the same goals or vision as you, and perhaps you guys could collaborate together. For example, whether it's filming, whether it's photography, whether it's videography, whether it's script writing, or whether it's just producing something that's creative. What's the point of you being abroad if you do not mix around with the locals out here? And even if they're not British, they're probably from a different country. It would also be useful to get to know them because they are in the place of residential where you are. And number two, your CV could spell out all kinds of academic goals, academic success that you have experienced or studied for. But what's most important is also your portfolio and having references. You may have references and experience from overseas or from your home country, but it's also crucial to have experiences here in the UK. You would need somebody who would mentor you, who could give you a letter of reference or a letter of recommendation in order for your future employer or future team member to trust and know that you have had experiences working here or doing a project that's locally based in the UK. Number three is to not let go of your craft, to not stop being creative. Life can be lifing, adult life could be adulting. We all know this, especially here in one of the most expensive cities in the world, in London. We can understand you have bills to pay, you have rent to pay, and all kinds of other commitments that needs paying. But I would try to advise you guys to find 1 hour in a day to just let your creative juices flow, whether it's doing art, whether it's songwriting, whether it's music producing, or producing a script, or just making content like what I'm doing right now. This would help improve your craft and maintaining your craft to be better. I would try to help you guys with referencing and what it means. A few things that I could recommend is definitely word of mouth, going to gigs, doing project-based hiring, and having recommendations. You would need somebody who's here in the country, in the UK, to vouch for you, not because you're not talented, but just because they don't know about you yet. They don't know that you exist in the country. So having someone vouch for you will be very helpful for you to get into the creative field. References in the UK itself carry so much weight. So it does bridge the trust gap, especially since you're from another country. Nobody in the UK knows about you. You're not related to nobody here in the UK. So having someone who's locally based here in the UK would help bridge and build that trust gap from somebody who is vouching for you and the person they're trying to recommend you to. It also helps the person who's hiring you to know that you're reliable and that you have good DBS. If you have a good, clear DBS, then that's great, meaning you are all checked out. So even if you are volunteering, even if you're doing something part-time and it's not full-time, whether it's a small or big project, is a paid or unpaid project-based hiring, it's just as crucial and just as important to have your projects with your name on it. So being credited and being mentioned in all these projects are so essential for your future employers to know and understand that you have done projects here locally. I get it. Your first job and your first gig may not be your dream job or your dream gig, but let me tell you, having that first move of having a locally based UK reference is so vital, and that's okay. Tip number 4, I would totally recommend for you to always go ahead with small gigs, whether it's just volunteering, whether it's just doing unpaid gigs, just for a few moments of your time to help build your portfolio. Believe me, once you're in a project, once you're working in a project, whether it's unpaid or not paid, you are connected with like-minded, aspiring creatives, whether they're directors, producers, photographers, press, or whoever they are. They'll be in that same industry as you to help you get to where you need to be. Or you guys could connect in terms of knowing your own connections and building that trust, or be able to recommend future projects to each other. There are some networking companies or networking groups where you have to pay to be connected to the creative people here in the UK. Take it as you're using your talent and your craft in a project that's unpaid to connect to those who are in the industry. Tip number 5, as you get into this momentum of connecting and growing, believe me, things will snowball. Put yourself out there. Like I said, you have all the different platforms such as YouTube for you to show off your craft and your creativity. And with all this said, you've got your first UK contact, your first testimony, and your first credit, all in the name of getting your foot into the creative field. I know that it can be overwhelming, it can be a struggle, when you hear about all these tips, but believe me, you can do it. Don't give up. You're not alone, especially a lot of us here who are from Southeast Asia, Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia, what have you. We're all in similar situations. You can get a career in the UK in the field that you want. It takes grit, it takes consistency, and it takes community. And this is the reason why we built Reviu Network. To tell real stories, to tell real journeys, and to tell real experiences about life, and to help each other grow. If you're certain you can do this, don't be afraid to accept your first gig, whether it's paid or unpaid. Accept collaborations, accept your first gigs. Let me tell you, you've got this, and this is your space. And if you're a UK-based creative studio or production company, let me encourage you guys to hire more Asian creatives to help you guys grow too. If this hits home for you guys, follow us, drop your comments or your questions, DM us. If you're a bit shy, if you want to remain anonymous, feel free to drop us your DM. And if you're interested to collaborate, if you guys want to participate as a crew or as a participant, you can find the links below to submit your application. We'll try to look at it and see what we can do to help you out. And to everyone watching, if you have a question that you would like us to ask strangers out here in the UK, or anything at all, please feel free to drop your comments or drop a DM or anything that you can suggest to Reviu Network. Get this video to 50 likes and get our subscribers up to 100 subscribers. And guys, I just want to say thank you so much for watching this video. And remember to make life beautiful and make life meaningful. And remember, stream your voice, make it matter.